Hello there, Z Trooper reporting for duty, and this is part 7 of What If Deku Was the Son of All for One. We last left off on where Todoroki and Deku had a tie on the fight, and they were supposed to have it was just a tie, and we start off here. When the tournament was almost over, and it was time for Deku and Todoroki to fight again. And since Deku had super healing and Todoroki was still hurting from the previous fight he was in, the fight was shorter, but this time Todoroki used his fire and wasn't afraid to use his fire on Deku. And apparently that Deku helped him realize that his fire was his own, not his father's. Even though Todoroki decided to use his fire, he still lost since he was still weak and didn't know how to control his fire. When it was time for the big fight and the last match of the day, it was Deku versus Bakugo. Before the match started, the two of them didn't stay in their separate waiting rooms. They just stood in the hallways just looking at each other with angry, intense faces. Especially Bakugo's, because he's been waiting for this specific moment for a long time. In this moment, they were focused on who will win. Bakugo wasn't worried to hurt Deku since he knew that Deku had extraordinary healing since they were kids. And because of that, he wasn't going to hold back. And he remembered telling Deku, when they get the chance to fight at UA, don't hold back. And Deku was thinking about jumping in the sky and lightning strike and pull a lightning strike on him. So he was strategizing about what to do. Then he remembered about the Nomu and started to worry. And then he remembered that day when Bakugo told him not to hold back and go all out. As soon as he was thinking to use his full power, the match started and it was time. The battle was a few minutes long since Deku kept on trying to strike Bakugo and he was trying to dodge the lightning. And when Deku landed back on the ground, Bakugo saw the opportunity and ran at him with the boost of the explosions. He kept on zigzagging for Deku wouldn't have a good shot on him. He didn't know what to do since he was coming at him fast, and what he didn't realize, his stress made the lightning go all over his body and shoot out a burst of lightning, like an orb of lightning around his whole body. And the burst got Bakugo and no matter what direction he came from, it still got him. And that lightning burst was strong enough to shoot Bakugo out of bounds on the ground. When he got up and saw that Deku won and that he lost, and said, I can't believe I lost." And when he was looking at the ground, upset, Deku walked up to him and offered to help him, and said, Don't worry, Kachan, maybe next time, but for now, can we just have a truce, for once?" Bakugo was going to take his offer, but instead, he looked at Deku and said, "Maybe, but that doesn't mean that we're going to ever call this a truce, no matter what happens. And also, I can get up by myself." Deku was a little disappointed, but he respected his decision and said, "Sure thing." The sports festival was now over. The next day, when Aizawa showed how many people wanted a certain student to be in their agency. Deku got the most votes, Todoroki got the second votes, and Bakugo got the third most votes. And he was pretty upset that he got third again, just from Deku and Todoroki. And since Deku mastered One for All, he didn't need to go to Gran Torino to learn, but he still needed to go to an agency. When he was looking on his list on who picked him and what he was going to go to, he saw that Endeavor, the number 2 hero, wanted him to go to his agency, and he gave the same request to Shoto like in the original story, but this time Deku was involved. Deku was a little confused, but he decided to go and see what the number 2 hero might teach him. And he thought, who knows, maybe I'll learn something new. And Shoto didn't want to go, but he thought about Deku. He thought about Deku saying, "The fire is his, and not a replica of his dad's flames." So he goes with Endeavor, and everyone went to the same agency, and he don't want to go to that one agency to get revenge for his brother, and was planning to get Stain, the hero killer. Well, that's all I got. That's all I got for now. And next time, comment on what you want me to, on who you want me to pair Deku with. That's what I was planning on doing. A lot of girls out there he can date, get into, maybe get 1 or 2 more, be a champ. And like, comment, and subscribe, and share it with your friends. And Z Trooper dismissed.